Hello Internet, it's me again, and I would just like to say, are you guys familiar of how crazy the King Arthur mythos can be? Like, there's just so much interesting stories, knights, and all this wacky hijinks. I'm just wondering why anyone hasn't made like a movie cinematic universe out of this. When it came down to picking what story I want for this video, well, I think I found one that covers everything from beheadings to the color green. And yes, you heard that last part right. So, we start off this journey in Camelot, where we see Arthur's knights celebrating the new... Let's just skip over that part. Our gang of heroes are having a nice fun time at the castle, until the challenger approaches, and he is known simply as the Green Knight. And sorry, from what I could tell, he's not Tommy Oliver. He wanted to pose a friendly game to Arthur. It's quite simple. You see, he has his axe, and he will let anyone hit him with that axe. But in a year's time, he will hit that person with that axe, and then they get to keep the axe. So that's what people do at parties. And surprisingly, no one wants to get hit with the axe. I mean, I can understand why, honestly. And our boy King Arthur decides he just wants to get this over with. One of many knights of King Arthur's, Sir Gawain, decides that he will do it for him. His problem against the Green Knight and how to solve it, well, let's just say he takes a little bit off the top. Then you would think the story's over, right? Well, not exactly, because the Green Knight decides to pick up his head, and then it says, same time next year. Turns out using the Queen of Hearts method isn't the best solution. Now Gawain has to heads out and meet with the Green Knight. As travels, he meets this nice man, and the man decides to have him over for dinner. And you know what? I have a feeling Gawain is not in a big rush to meet the Green Knight, so when they get to the man's house, they find out that he has a beautiful wife and an old lady. They will become important later, trust me. While Gawain stays there, the host thinks of a nice, simple game, because that went so well last time, didn't it, Gawain? He suggests is that whenever he goes out hunting, whatever he gets, he will give to Gawain, and whatever Gawain gets, he will give to the host. Now, when he goes off hunting, this doesn't make sense until the host's wife came in, and I think on the top of your head you can think what kind of gifts she would try to give Gawain. Now the tricky thing is, he cannot accept because, she's married. But he cannot refuse because that would be disrespecting her. So he just does one little quick kiss. He then gives the host one little kiss, and then takes what the host gives him. This happens until the third day, where the queen decides to give him a magical girdle that will protect him from all danger. And when he goes to the host, he only gives him the kisses, but not the girdle. Now Gawain's head back in the game, literally. He decides that he's gonna go meet up with the Green Knight, with a little surprise. But thanks to the host, he gives off an assistant to help guide him to the Green Knight. How helpful? I guess. The assistant leads him right to the forest where the Green Knight is, and he wanted to tell Gawain if there's any backing out he wants to do, but Gawain refuses. And then the time has come. Gawain meets face to face with the Green Knight. At first, the Green Knight plays off the first two strikes, but on the third strike, he swung with all his might, only to make the most tiny scratch. Even the school nurse might not think you need an ice pack for it. Now, prepare to get your mind blown, because it turns out that the Green Knight is actually called Bertilac, and he was the person that Gawain met on his quest to get to the Green Knight. Not only that, the old lady was actually Morgan Le Fay, and she sent the Green Knight to scare Guinevere to death and also to test King Arthur's courage. But Gawain just kinda got in the way and the whole thing kinda changed plans. I wonder how she thought about that. Just imagine how confused Gawain is, but you also gotta realize that he kinda feels bad now because he held out about the girdle. But Bertilac still reminds him that he's still just as brave as any other knight, and he still respects him for that, and he shouldn't beat himself for it. Now they both return to their respective homes, learning a valuable lesson. A lesson that I think we can all take from this. That you should not trust anyone that's wearing green. Well, I believe that's all for now. Like if you like it, subscribe if you want to, and hit that notification bell in case you want any more. And also you can go check out my Instagram page so you can actually see decent art. And also, comment down below what kind of god, story, or myth you want me to talk about. Well, I believe that's all for now. See you all next time.